You wake up at 3 a.m., shuffle to the bathroom, and wonder if this is just getting older. Or maybe your lower back feels persistently heavy, your shoes pinch around the ankles by late afternoon, and you shrug it off. Those are not harmless inconveniences. They are signals, small alarm bells from your kidneys. What you choose to drink first thing in the morning can either help those organs clear the day's waste or make their job harder. Today, I'll walk you through 4 powerful morning beverages that can help flush toxins and support your kidneys. And I'll give exact practical ways to prepare each one so you can try something tomorrow morning. Think of your kidneys as a compact, high-efficiency filtration plant. Each kidney contains about 1 million microscopic filters called nephrons. Nephrons sift blood, keep what the body needs, and send the rest out as urine. Overnight, while you sleep, your body goes into a concentrated, low-flow state. You aren't drinking. Your urine becomes concentrated. Blood becomes slightly thicker. Waste builds up in that filtration plant. The first fluid that hits your system in the morning matters because it resets flow, dilutes concentrated urine, and reduces stress on those tiny filters. If the morning begins with dehydration or a sugar-laden coffee creamer, you've already put extra workload on the nephrons. If instead the morning begins with a simple, thoughtful drink, you give the kidneys a head start at clearing toxins and calming inflammation. If you've seen headlines about kidney disease in publications like JAMA, you know it's common and often under-recognized. The good news is that small, consistent choices add up. Start with one simple step. When you wake, drink a full glass of room-temperature water before anything else. No coffee, no sweetener, no creamer. One full glass, about 8 to 12 ounces, expands circulating blood volume, lowers blood viscosity, and helps the kidneys' pumps get to work without extra strain. This is foundational. Skip it, and everything else is less effective. Now, a quick question for you. What do you drink first thing in the morning? Tell me in the comments below. If you're new here, like and subscribe for practical, clinician-led tips you can actually use. Let's unpack why that first glass is so important in plain language. Overnight, your urine becomes concentrated because you're not taking in fluids. Concentrated urine contains higher levels of waste products and salts. Your blood can thicken a little, meaning the tiny capillaries that feed the nephrons have to work harder to deliver oxygen and nutrients. The extra thickness makes filtration less efficient. A simple glass of room-temperature water increases blood volume just enough to improve perfusion, the flow of blood through those filters, without overwhelming the heart in most people. That helps dilute urine, reduce the immediate concentration of waste, and supports the kidneys in starting the day with less stress. A clinical caveat: not everyone should increase fluid intake without talking to their clinician. People with congestive heart failure or advanced chronic kidney disease often have fluid restrictions. If you have been told to limit fluids, check with your physician before trying a morning hydration routine. For most older adults without those specific limitations, a single glass of water is safe and helpful. With that foundation in place, I'll layer 3 targeted morning beverages that can provide extra kidney-friendly benefits. Diluted, unsweetened cranberry juice, properly brewed green tea, and a low-potassium berry plus plain yogurt smoothie. Each one has a specific mechanism and a clear way to prepare it so you get benefit without unnecessary risk. First targeted drink: diluted, unsweetened cranberry juice at a ratio of 1 part juice to 3 parts water. Why cranberry? Cranberries contain compounds called proanthocyanidins. That's a technical word. Simply put, these molecules act like tiny non-stick coatings for bacteria. They make it harder for urinary bacteria to cling to the lining of the urinary tract. In practical terms, diluted cranberry juice can reduce the tendency for bacteria to latch on and grow. It also provides modest vitamin C antioxidant support, and it's low in potassium, which makes it a generally safe choice for older adults concerned about kidney load. How to prepare it? Start with pure, unsweetened cranberry juice. Avoid cocktail blends or juices with added sugar. Mix 1 part cranberry juice with 3 parts plain water. For example, 2 ounces of juice mixed with 6 ounces of water to keep the sugar content low while preserving the active compounds. Drink this in the morning after your plain water glass. Don't add sugar. If the taste is too tart, add a squeeze of lemon rather than sugar. Remember, the point is prevention and support. Cranberry juice is not a treatment for an established urinary infection. If you have signs of infection, fever, painful urination, cloudy urine, or new back pain, see your clinician promptly. Important caveats. If your clinician has advised you to avoid cranberry products for a specific reason, follow their guidance. Also, if you are on a medication regimen that your doctor has previously warned might interact with certain foods, confirm with them before regular cranberry use. For most people, diluted unsweetened cranberry juice is a low-risk, kidney-friendly morning addition. The second targeted drink is properly brewed green tea. Green tea brings a class of compounds called catechins, and the most talked about one is EGCG. Again, a quick definition. EGCG is an antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation at a cellular level. Think of inflammation like tiny, ongoing fires inside tissues. Antioxidants are the handheld extinguishers. For kidneys, lower inflammation can mean less long-term stress on delicate blood vessels and filtering units. Green tea also supplies polyphenols that support vascular function. That is, they help the lining of small blood vessels behave more flexibly, which is useful for maintaining healthy blood pressure and ensuring steady blood flow to the kidneys. How to prepare it? Boil water, then let it cool briefly so it is not scalding. About 30 seconds to a minute after boiling should work. Pour that slightly cooled water over 1 green tea bag or 1 heaping teaspoon of loose-leaf green tea. Steep for 2 to 3 minutes. Avoid steeping for long periods because that increases bitterness and can raise tannin levels. Remove the bag or strain the leaves. You may add a squeeze of lemon for flavor and a small boost of vitamin C. Skip sugar. If caffeine late in the day bothers you, save green tea for the morning only. A single cup is a reasonable morning choice. Don't drink green tea by the liter. Excessive intake of any concentrated source of bioactive compounds can have downsides. If you are pregnant, nursing, or have specific liver conditions, check with your clinician before regular high intake. One more point about green tea and kidney stones. Some individuals worry about oxalates, compounds that can contribute to certain kidney stones. Evidence is complex. For most people, a modest cup of green tea is not a major oxalate risk, and the anti-inflammatory catechins may even be supportive. Still, if you have a history of oxalate kidney stones, discuss green tea with your kidney specialist. The third targeted morning beverage is a low-potassium berry plus plain unsweetened yogurt smoothie. This is not a high-potassium shake. It is intentionally designed to avoid common high-potassium ingredients while delivering polyphenols and probiotics that support the gut-kidney axis. Let me explain that phrase simply. The gut-kidney axis refers to how gut health and the bacteria that live there influence inflammation, toxin handling, and even how kidneys respond to stress. Probiotics, the friendly bacteria in plain yogurt, along with berry polyphenols, can help nourish that relationship. A practical recipe: use a 1/2 to 3/4 cup of low-potassium berries. Blueberries or strawberries are ideal. Combined with 3/4 of a cup of plain, unsweetened yogurt, look for live active cultures, and a 1/4 to 1/2 cup of ice or cold water to blend. Do not add banana, orange juice, or other high-potassium fruits. Do not add honey or sweet syrups. Blend until smooth. Optional. A small spoonful of ground flaxseed adds fiber and omega-3 precursors if you like, but it's optional. The focus is on keeping potassium moderate, providing probiotics from the yogurt, and getting concentrated polyphenols from the berries. Drink this mid-morning after your water, and either the cranberry mix or green tea, not in place of the first glass of water. Clinical caveat. If you're on a potassium-restricted diet or have advanced kidney disease, consult your nephrologist before adding even a modest smoothie. Potassium restrictions vary widely, and what's safe for one person is not safe for another. The smoothie is designed to be kidney-aware, but individualized advice matters. Now let's talk about the single morning habit that quietly undermines these good intentions: pouring sugary commercial creamers and artificial syrups into your coffee first thing. These products are engineered for taste and shelf stability, not kidney health. Many contain added sugars that spike blood glucose. Those sugar spikes cause transient insulin and circulatory changes that stiffen microvessels. Over time, repeated spikes can contribute to vascular damage, where the nephrons rely on delicate capillaries. Beyond sugar, some creamers contain phosphate additives and hydrogenated or highly processed fats. Phosphate additives are used in many processed foods and can accumulate as we age. The body does use phosphate, but excess synthetic phosphates can displace other minerals and stress the small blood vessels and soft tissues, including those in the kidneys. Hydrogenated or trans fats are linked to vascular inflammation. In short, a sugary processed creamer is not an innocent comfort. It's an avoidable burden your kidneys must process. That's not to shame anyone who enjoys a cream in their coffee. Habits are hard, and taste is personal. The practical nudge I offer is simple. Try your morning beverage plain for 1 week, or swap the processed creamer for a small splash of plain milk or unsweetened nut milk if appropriate. If you must have flavor, use spices like cinnamon or a single drop of pure vanilla extract, not sugar-laden syrups. And if you're trying a kidney-friendly routine, avoid adding those sugary extras before you've had your initial glass of water and one of the targeted drinks. As we go through each suggestion, it's important to reiterate what we can claim responsibly. These drinks support kidney function by diluting urine, supplying anti-adhesive and anti-inflammatory compounds, and nourishing the gut-kidney axis. They are not cures. They are preventive and supportive tools. If you have established kidney disease, are on dialysis, or have heart failure with fluid limits, these options may need adjustment. Always check with your clinician before making changes that affect fluid or nutrient intake. A few additional practical pointers to get the most benefit without risk. Timing matters. Drink the glass of room temperature water immediately upon waking, before coffee. Wait 10 to 20 minutes before having coffee if you can. That gives the kidneys an early chance to clear concentrated urine without being overloaded by caffeine or creamers. Measure, keep proportions simple. For cranberry, stick to the 1.3 dilution ratio. For green tea, steep 2 to 3 minutes after letting boiling water cool slightly. For the smoothie, focus on 3/4 cup berries and 3/4 cup plain yogurt without high potassium fruits. Skip added sugar. Sugar is the single fastest way to undo the vascular benefits you're seeking. Don't overdo any single item. 1 cup of green tea or 1 small smoothie daily is sensible for most people. Repeated, excessive consumption of any concentrated compound should be discussed with your physician. If you are on a fluid restriction, plan with your clinician. Your daily fluid allotment matters in conditions like heart failure and advanced kidney disease. We're not advising you to exceed those limits. A short clinical aside about medications and special situations. This script avoids listing specific drug interactions because those can be nuanced and person-specific. If you take medications that your prescriber has warned might interact with certain foods or drinks, confirm before changing your routine. And if you notice new symptoms after trying a new morning beverage, unusual swelling, unexpected fatigue, dizziness, shortness of breath, or changes in urination, stop the routine and contact your clinician. Let's bring this back to practical action. Tomorrow morning, do this single time-bound challenge. Before anything else, drink 1 full glass of room temperature water. That's your non-negotiable step. After that, choose one of the 3 targeted drinks to add into your morning. A diluted unsweetened cranberry mix, 1-3, a properly brewed cup of green tea steeped 2 to 3 minutes, or a low-potassium berry and plain yogurt smoothie. Try one for a week and notice how you feel. Energy levels, nighttime waking, swelling, thirst. Share your experience in the comments, which drink you chose, how it tasted, and any small changes you noticed. If you're watching this for a caregiver you support, try preparing one of these drinks for them tomorrow and see if it helps their morning routine. Before I close, one more recap of clinical caveats, because these are important for safety. If you have congestive heart failure with fluid limits, advanced chronic kidney disease, are on dialysis, or are on a potassium-restricted diet, consult your physician before changing fluid or dietary routines. These recommendations are general kidney support strategies, not personalized medical orders. Small choices compound. 1 glass of water today is 1 less concentrated load on your kidneys. Each day you reinforce that habit, you reduce cumulative wear on those tiny filters. Over months and years, consistent small behaviors matter. That's the empowering truth. You don't need radical, expensive interventions to support your kidneys. You need consistent, practical choices. So tomorrow morning, drink 1 glass of room temperature water first. Pick one of the 3 targeted drinks to follow it. Cranberry diluted 1.3, a modest cup of green tea brewed for 2 to 3 minutes, or a low-potassium berry and plain yogurt smoothie. If you're unsure about how these fit with your medical conditions or medications, call your clinician first. If this message helped you, try one of these drinks tomorrow and tell us what you chose in the comments. If you want more practical clinician-led guidance like this, subscribe and share this video with someone who wakes at night or complains of swollen ankles. Small steps, taken every day, add up to meaningful kidney protection. You don't have to overhaul your life. Start with a glass of water. Your kidneys will thank you for the head start.